What are some things that you can do to avoid digestive problems while running? Digestive problems such as gas and bloating are really common in runners, and they result from a variety of factors. One of them is that there's less blood flow to the gut. Another is that there's increased activity in the fight, flight or freeze branch of the nervous system. And another is that the integrity of the lining of the gut becomes compromised during very strenuous exercise. And there are some quite simple things that you can do to help avoid these problems. One, of course, is to go to the toilet before you go out running. Next, what you eat matters. You want to choose familiar foods that you find easy to digest, and people commonly find certain foods a bit problematic, in particular foods that are high in so-called FODMAPs, which are types of fermentable short-chain carbohydrates. Next, the total amount of food, of course, matters too. And you want to try and build your tolerance over time such that you can take on board more and more calories per unit of time. Interestingly, in the case of ultra running, people who better match their calorie intakes to how many calories they burn tend to perform better, which makes complete sense. So spending several weeks getting used to taking food on board while training in advance of a race is a really important strategy. Next, hydration matters, and you don't want to waterlog yourself. I think a lot of people have overemphasized hydration historically, when just drinking to thirst more than suffices in most instances. And the problem is that if you take on board too much fluid, then that can cause some digestive discomfort. Next, when you eat and drink matters too. If you think about the course of the 24-hour day, then you'll realize that your appetite peaks at certain times. And in the context of running, the further into your run that you get, the more likely you are to experience digestive problems. So it makes sense to front load some of your food intake, taking on board more calories early in a day of running so that you can help avoid those problems later in the day. And then if you're running through the night or doing an ultra that's round the clock, then you might find that you really struggle to digest food while you would otherwise be sleeping. So you always want to try and match your intake according to those changes. So those are some really simple things that you can try. And for more on this and a variety of other ultramarathon related nutrition subjects, check out our new blog, which is entitled How to Fuel for an Ultramarathon. You can find it at resilientnutrition.com in the news section.